Hey guys, hope you had an awesome Easter weekend. So we're going to just take a little bit of time and review polynomials because we just kind of blasted through them. When we started going through polynomials, we were all together, and I just want to make sure that we're just going back and kind of reviewing, reminding you of what we did before we wrap up the unit on polynomials. So today we're just going to do a review of addition and subtraction of polynomials. And I just want to remind you of that. I got 5 problems for you guys to work out on at the very end. Those will be due on the next class period. So just kick back, get out your notebooks, and definitely take notes on these ones just to always have a reminder of what it is we did, a couple problems that have, as examples. So we'll just get started right away. All right, so we're going to spend a little time just reviewing this polynomial unit because when we started this unit, we were all together, and now we're finishing it online. So I just want to go back and just remind you of everything. First, we're going to add polynomials. Kind of what that looks like is if you had an addition problem, it would look something like that. And then what I do is I just recommend you move everything over here, under here, but you line up the exponents. So I'm going to put the addition, so we'll add these things down here. And I'm going to put the 2x squared here to match it up with the 2x squared. I'm going to put the x third there. And then finally minus, well, nothing there, and then minus 1 will be by itself because there's nothing without an x there. And ultimately what you get here, 2 plus 1 is 3, x third. You're not adding the exponents, you're just adding the numbers by them. Negative 5 plus 2 gives you a negative 3x squared plus an x minus 1. Addition is pretty easy. Again, you just match up the exponent with the exponents, and then you leave the exponents alone. You're just adding and subtracting the numbers next to them. So we'll do another one. I'm hoping you're finding adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing exponents fairly easy. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right, we'll try another one. Do 6x to the third. Keep this one simple. Plus 2x squared minus 1 plus 2x to the third. We'll keep them even as well. Plus x squared plus 3. All right, so again, I'm just going to take this and move it, sorry if you can't see that. Take this and move it down here. I'm just going to, I've made them in the same order just to keep it simple. So we'll put our 2x third plus x squared plus 3. 2 plus 6 is 8 x thirds. 2 plus 1 is 3 x squared. The negative 1 plus 3 is a plus 2. So pretty simple. Let's do one more just for the sake of kind of blasting through this. Do write them along with me just for memory reasons. That way you always have something to follow along with. All right, we'll make this one a little more complicated. 2x to the fourth plus x minus 4x squared plus 2 plus 8 minus 3x plus 1x squared plus 8x to the third. Whoops, I'm going to change that to the third. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know why I went to the fourth. Okay. Make sure you can see it all. All right, so I'm just going to take this and move it below here. And I'm going to line up the exponents together. And this is addition. So I'm going to start with my x third. So I'm going to do plus 8x third. And then I'm just going to then do my minus 3x. I'm going to do my x squared plus 1x squared, and then plus 8. Then we'll add these. This is 10x to the third. 1x minus 3x is negative 2x. Negative 4x squared plus 1 is negative 3x squared. And 2 plus 8 is 10. So there's again addition. I'm just going to kind of try to remind you of addition and subtraction today, just to try to get back to just a reminder, just a review. All right, so now let's go to subtraction. All right, subtraction of polynomials. Let's start with something easy. 4x squared plus 5 minus negative 2x squared plus 4. All right, so we're just gonna move this down here. Because it's a negative, it's gonna change everything in here. So this negative 2x squared, negative times a negative makes it a positive. And then this positive 4 and negative times a positive becomes a negative, so we'll change that as well. 4 plus 2x gives us a 6x squared. 5 minus 4 gives us a 1. So that would be our answer. All right, we'll try one more. Try maybe a couple more. Make this one a little bit harder. All right, so again, this is the subtraction. So like the addition, I'm just gonna move this down here and I'm gonna match up the exponents with each other here. So we'll start here. I'm gonna put it in brackets to remind you that you do have to change everything. If this is a negative, you gotta change what's in here. So a negative 3, I'm gonna put the negative 3x squared here, or x cubed there. But I'm gonna change that to a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive. Plus 4x squared. And then I'm going to change that to a negative, because a negative times a positive is a negative. And then negative 2x, which then gets changed to a positive. And then I end up 3 plus 6 is 9, x to the third. 2 minus 4 is a negative 2x squared, and a negative x plus 2 is a just x plus x. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So, oops, I'm going to leave that out of the bracket. And there's your answer. All right, and finally, just for review purposes, I'm going to give you these 5 problems to review. If you would, just write down the answer, and you can send it to me in an email, or you can text it to me, or however it is that works best for you. But just to give it a little practice, and then next time we'll hit division and multiplication one last time, and then we will move on. So you guys are doing great. Again, just do these 3 problems, 17 through 25 here. And never hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at all. These are pretty straightforward questions, so it should be pretty easy. Just a quick review to make sure you got it. And I will, again, just don't hesitate to message me if you guys have any questions at all. So there you guys go. Hopefully this is pretty easy on you. I think it is. Again, we had this last time was when we talked about this was when we were all together. So I just want to make sure we all remember it. Before we move on, we're just going to do a quick 2-day review of polynomials, and then we'll move on. So you guys, God bless you. Pray you're doing well, and we will see you soon.